Dawn breaks over the Indian Ocean, but on this morning in 1942, the light feels different, colder, sharper, and heavy with the sense that history is about to pivot in silence. Far from home, in waters already stained by loss, a single Australian destroyer escort cuts through the waves. Her name is HMAS Yarra, a small ship, barely 1,000 tons. But on this day, she will be asked to do the impossible. Quiet reflection. Yarra wasn't built for glory. She wasn't a battleship, or a cruiser, or a ship meant to fight a fleet. She was an escort vessel, designed to protect convoys, not challenge the full strength of the Imperial Japanese Navy. Her job was simple: guard slower ships, rescue survivors, and buy time. But the world was collapsing around her. After the fall of Singapore and the disaster in the Dutch East Indies, the seas were ruled by Japanese warships. Every Allied ship caught in these waters faced almost certain destruction. Yet still, Yarra sailed. Rising tension. On the morning of March 4th, 1942, Yarra found herself escorting a small convoy, the tanker Friesland, the minesweeper MMS 51, and the depot ship Anking. They were slow, they were vulnerable, and they were being hunted. At 6:30 a.m., the horizon erupted with shadows, four shapes, large, cold, unmistakable. A Japanese fleet, including 3 heavy cruisers and 2 destroyers, closing fast. Yarra's captain, Lieutenant Commander Robert Rankin, knew immediately what he was facing. Cruisers armed with 8-inch guns, weapons that could tear a destroyer apart in a single hit. Yarra had no chance. None. But running was never an option. Intensifying. Rankin gave one of the most courageous orders in the history of naval warfare. Convoy, scatter. Yarra, lay smoke. Prepare to engage the enemy. A destroyer charging a fleet. As the convoy fled in every direction, Yarra turned toward the Japanese guns. Smoke poured from her funnels, creating a gray curtain to shield the helpless ships behind her. Then she opened fire. A destroyer's small 4-inch guns thundering defiantly against a wall of steel. Rising fast-paced. The Japanese cruisers answered. Their salvos fell like meteors. Water pillars erupted around Yarra, each explosion lifting her off the sea. Still she fired. Still she maneuvered. Still she refused to die. Rankin was killed when a shell tore through the bridge. Command passed to Chief Petty Officer Taylor, who kept Yarra fighting even as the ship burned from bow to stern. Climax, high energy. For 90 minutes, Yarra fought alone, outgunned, outnumbered, outranged, but never outmatched in courage. Her guns kept firing, slower now, each round a final act of defiance. Her smoke saved lives, countless lives, as the convoy struggled to escape. One Japanese officer later wrote that this small destroyer fought like a battleship. But bravery cannot stop shows. A final barrage tore through Yarra's hull. Fire engulfed the decks. The ship rolled, and at 8 a.m. she slipped beneath the sea, still firing as she died. Of her 151 crew, only 13 survived the sinking. Only a handful lived long enough to be rescued. Many clung to wreckage for days. Many never let go. They were sailors far from home. Young men who never expected to become legends. Yet their stand became one of the most extraordinary acts of courage in naval history. Soft, deep. No medals, no headlines, no monuments. For decades, almost no one knew what HMAS Yarra had done. But the men remembered. History remembered. And in time, the world remembered too. Final tone, somber fade. This is the legacy of HMAS Yarra, a ship that refused to abandon those that depended on her, a crew that chose duty over survival, and a captain whose last order sent a message that still echoes across the ocean. Convoy, scatter. Yarra will fight on. The forgotten battle of HMAS Yarra was never truly forgotten. Her courage sails forever.
Like and subscribe to Command History channel.